What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to have some film running in the background, just of me jump roping and box squatting, which has left me quite sore for the last few days, but I'll be having this playing while I discuss my workouts and lifting for the next month or so. So I'm planning on competing again in a beach wrestling tournament with my brother out in California. Um, yeah, it's just called California Beach Nationals and the World Team Qualifier. But this event is on Saturday, August 16th, which gives me roughly a month and a half to prepare. But earlier today, I actually found out it's 47 days to be exact. So, with all that being said, let's go ahead and break down what I'm going to do to prepare. So, first, I want to discuss my weight and the division I plan to compete in. I will be competing in the 80 kilogram weight class division for senior level men, which is roughly 176 pounds. Now, as of right now, while I'm filming this, my weight fluctuates between 180 and 185 pounds. And this is me basically hovering around 10 to 12% body fat. Now, I am looking to gain a little bit of muscle before this competition and concurrently lose some body fat. This is for a variety of reasons. However, notably, I need to gain weight while staying lean so that I can begin preparing for another MMA fight towards the end of this year or the beginning of next year. I want to be around 10% body fat walking around, and I want to be about 190 pounds. I believe this will be ideal for me for a variety of things, such as competition, aesthetics, and just my lifestyle in general. Now, to do this, I'm continuing to be conscious of what I eat. Um, I'm debating currently whether or not I'm going to begin tracking my macros, like my fats, my carbs, and all of that. But yeah, I don't really like to track my food. It's a little bit mentally draining on me, but if it does become necessary, I'm not opposed to doing it. But I'm not going to do it if I don't need to. Now, I am roughly tracking my protein. I always make sure the food I eat is largely clean, meaning that it's whole foods and not processed. So, on that front, I'm doing pretty good. Now, as far as my weight training, I'm pretty much going to be going back to conjugate. For a little while now, I've been just doing whatever I felt like doing. But I'm going to be going back to a somewhat rigid protocol. So, today I spent a couple hours writing out what I was going to do pretty much each day. Of course, there's going to be some variation in there, but I did wind up writing a conjugate style template for which I'm going to wind up hopefully following at least 90%. I'm going to do that so that it can help me peak for competition. I want to be able to be in the best shape uh, that I can be. So I wanted to write it down and track it and do all that. So I have approximately 7 weeks to peak for this wrestling tournament, while also attempting to maximize my other long term athletic attributes. So, with that being said, for the first 2 weeks, which is going to start today, I'll be working out 3 to 4 days a week. I'll be cycling between upper body and lower body days and high intensity interval days with abs on those days as well. Uh, these high intensity interval days or HIT days, they're just going to be thrown in there primarily to keep me having a athletic aerobic base, basically cardio. I need to be able to maintain that. So that's why I'm going to have those days thrown in there as well. I have to plan all of this out so that I don't get bogged down with just too much work. But during those first 2 weeks, my main goal is going to be to build muscle, get that foundation, which I already have, but I'm just going to reiterate that both, verbally here as well as for the next 2 weeks. This will be a somewhat small hypertrophy block. And during this time, again, main goal is just to build my muscles, no matter how small the adaptations may be for a small block. That is my goal. So I'll continue to incorporate some dumbbell jumps in there as well to maintain some explosiveness, as well as some box jumps perhaps at the end of exercises on a as I feel basis. But this the main thing I'm going to be doing for the next 2 weeks is just going to be trying to work up to a lot of volume. But yeah, I'll be incorporating those HIIT workouts as well, just to keep a baseline level of fitness. And then for weeks 3 and 4, my workouts will change slightly. I'll begin to train more explosively, keeping hypertrophy training relevant, but these two attributes will simultaneously be worked on pretty much equally or thereabout. So I'm going to wind up training the French contrast method for my lower body days during weeks 3 and 4 to gradually ease me into it. And yeah, most of my leg hypertrophy volume is going to begin to be phased out during these weeks just so I can start recovering. And then by weeks 5 and 6, I'll be doing the French contrast method um, about 3 times a week. I'll be doing that for upper body and lower body days with very few exercises being done afterwards. Just trying to essentially taper my volume down to a very minimal amount while still pushing my max effort and my max velocity training. Um, yeah, I'm going to be doing that primarily so that I can basically activate my post activation potentiation. So PAP, I guess, is what the acronym will be. Basically, I'm just going to be lifting heavy, and then I'm going to be following up with a dynamic plyometric, and then I'll be doing a weighted, basically plyometric, followed by um, an overspeed plyometric. Uh, but yeah, that's basically going to wind up helping me be able to just become quicker, faster, and be able to move, volume, weight really in a dynamic capacity. So yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna be doing for training for the next few weeks. And then by week 7, I'll be cutting water weight, and I should be doing little or no weightlifting at that time. And I haven't really logged what I'm going to do for week 7 yet, but I'll be doing that as I get closer to it. So ideally, this will help me peak, at least with maximum strength and speed, anywhere between 5 and 10%, which would be awesome for competition. So aside from this, I'll be training wrestling, beach wrestling, BJJ or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and MMA, mixed martial arts for technique. And I'll be rehabbing a somewhat hurt neck, which I do believe is a herniated disc right now. So all that being said, that's what I'm gonna be doing for the next month and a half. I'm gonna wind up trying to film as much as I can, of course. I don't know if I'll film everything, um, but yeah, I look forward to what I'll be doing for training. And with all that being said, let's let this finish out playing so you can see me jump. I wound up failing a few reps here, but eventually I wound up getting to 48 inch box jump. So I was pretty happy with that, and you see me there. So yeah.
Yes.